Okay, guys, so this is the third constituency test. It's called echo questions. And it says, we use echo questions when we don't hear part of a sentence. And the echo question replaces a constituent. So what is replaced by an echo question is a constituent. So it's another one of the constituency tests. Okay. So you saw what, and the thing that the person saw would be a constituent. So I saw a big house. You saw what? A big house. A big house was replaced by what? Therefore, a big house is a constituent. All right. You bought what car? And I don't know. I bought a Mercedes Benz. So a Mercedes Benz would be a constituent. Now, let's try this with another one where it's, let's say, you bought a what? You bought a what? I'll type that for you just so it's kind of clear. 2 seconds. You bought a what? Uh-huh. So it could be, for example, I bought a Mercedes-Benz. You bought a what? And then Mercedes-Benz would be the constituent, but also you bought what car? I bought a Mercedes-Benz. So Mercedes-Benz is a constituent, but also a Mercedes-Benz is a constituent. So we're going to look at that in just a moment. And this is kind of like the next level where we see how constituents relate to each other. But before we look at that, first we need to understand how to identify constituents, how to identify what is a constituent and what is not a constituent. Okay. So we use a WH phrase to echo the words of the speaker. If the result is ungrammatical, remember to mark something as ungrammatical, we use that little asterisk symbol in linguistics. The replaced string of words is not a constituent. So, for example, let's take this. It's a pretty cool example. I saw an amazing film at the weekend. Now, you could say, you saw a what at the weekend, and that will replace an amazing movie, right, or an amazing film or whatever. But at the weekend isn't replaced. So that's giving me evidence that amazing movie or an amazing movie, because I could also do this. I could say, you saw what at the weekend? That would also be fine. So that's like a double constituency test there. At the weekend, but at the weekend is not replaced. However, we could say, you saw an amazing movie when? The echo question. Yeah. Sometimes we use this when we don't hear what the person says, or if what they're saying is like, whoa, that's amazing, that's unbelievable, right? So you saw what? You saw an amazing movie when? At the weekend. So when is replacing at the weekend. So that's giving me evidence that at the weekend is a constituent, and an amazing movie is also a constituent, and an amazing movie is also a constituent. So let's now perform a constituency test on all of this. All right. So, and then we've got you saw a what when. Now we need two here because we've got what for an amazing movie and when for at the weekend. Okay. Now here's the thing. You saw what when. That's giving me evidence that because I need two echo questions, that I'm actually dealing with two constituents and not just one. Okay. So let's do a constituency test. Is an amazing movie at the weekend? You saw a what? Now, the answer to that the what is only replacing an amazing movie. So the answer is no. An amazing movie at the weekend is not a constituent. Yep, as it says there. An amazing movie at the weekend is not a constituent of this sentence. This fact must be reflected in our tree. Let's have a look at our tree. Okay, this is cool, right? Because it says, I saw an amazing movie at the weekend. Now, an amazing movie at the weekend. An amazing movie at the weekend. That is not a constituent. So they're not, this and this are not all under one kind of syntactic branch. We call these things branches, like the branches of a tree. Now, if you look at this, let me just bring this down here. Okay, cool. So this looks really confusing if you've not seen it before, but it's not really that difficult. So what I'm saying here is with this square bracket, I'm opening up the tree, okay? And then I've got the sentence level, and then within the sentence level, porque todavía no lo cierro, within the sentence level, I'm then using a noun phrase, all right? I'm opening up the noun phrase, but then I close off the noun phrase. And then when I close it off, it says goodbye noun phrase. Okay. So then we do another one, and that's opening up the VP, the verb phrase, or the verbal phrase. Now, within the VP, we've got another VP. So we've got to open that up. And within that VP, we've got a V, the verb, obviously, which is opening that up. And then saw. But then that's where I close it off. Yeah, that's where I close it off. And I'm just closing off this closing square bracket is closing off the V. But I'm also including another one, because it's closing off this level. Okay. And then here I'm starting to open up. I'm opening up this little triangle just means that it's a this little kind of like symbol just means that it's going to be a triangle, but that's for the software really, not for linguistics as such. And then an amazing movie, and then I close off an amazing movie. I close off the VP, and then that's taking me back to this level. So now that I'm at this level, I open up this prepositional phrase, triangle just for the software, and then I close it all off. Now, this structure is actually incorrect, and I'm going to tell you why. I made this mistake when I was at university until I spoke to my syntax teacher. She was amazing. She was really, really good. And she said the best trick that you can ever do when you're doing trees like this, because as a syntactician, you can understand the tree like that or like that. This is a lot easier to visualize than this. But she said to me, Dr. Mycock, she said to me that you have to count up the exact number. The number of open brackets must always equal the number of closed brackets. So let's try it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. We've got 8 opening brackets. That means we need to have at least 8 closing brackets. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 5, 6, 7. Oh God, my keyboard's in Spanish. Excuse me. 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm not sure. I've lost count now. But I think that's right. Anyway, the idea that I'm trying to make, the point that I'm trying to make is that the number of open brackets must always equal the number of closed brackets. Okay. Well, I hope this information helps, guys, and yeah, keep working hard on your syntax.